Alright, okay, hi, good afternoon, and welcome to the latest episode of Freeworld Trading News Roundup. It's going to be a short and sweet one this time. That's Elsa off on maternity leave too, so rearrangements happening in the company as we speak. So just going to start off by just mentioning that there's going to be a few videos put on the website today alongside this header. Our cranberry trader Sarah is going to talk a bit about a devastating fire which occurred in the fruit door factory in Canada. So that's going to be quite a sad but very important video at the same time. And then our pumpkin seed trader Alex is going to talk about what's happening in the markets with regard to the pumpkin seeds. So that's going to be that should be on the website right now. There's links in the subtext. But I'll start off by asking you a little bit about what's happening in the markets.
Well, there's not much activity in currency markets. There is high volatility, which means that prices of the euros varying between 110 and 106, which is 4%, which is probably more than people's operating margin. So if it should, for instance, today, the euros are riding at about 109. And we have a lot of inquiries from the continent for Brazil nuts, for almonds, etc.
That's why we're trying to work it out.
So, and they want them bought in euros. So every time the euro gets a little bit stronger, people come out of the woodwork and they want to buy. So that's it for the currency. A very significant thing happened on Friday in Chile, which was flash flooding. This is it's a human disaster. There's the top end of Chile, which is the Atacama region, which ironically is an area which is famed for the lack of rainfall. This is the place where the mummified ancient remains are, which have survived because of the sheer desiccation of the place. And now we have very severe flash flooding there. People have died, people have lost their homes, people have lost their crops and lost their means of livelihood. It's a state of national emergency, and the army are in there trying to protect people. Of course, all sorts of things can happen. There can be looting, there can be this, there can be that. It's one of those situations where pragmatically we just look at see what the difference is to the crops. Well, it seems that this area of Chile, the top third of Chile, does produce about a third of the crop, maybe even slightly more, of the raisins. We deal in the flame raisins, but also the Thompson raisins, crimsons. And it seems that these floods have come about 2/3 of the way through the drying season. So the goods are off the vines and they're on the fields, and in many cases they've just been swept away by the dried out beds, which are favoured as a drying spot for raisins because the nature of the stones on the less fine bits of stone. Anyway, they turn back into rivers and off goes the crop down the road, so everybody is withdrawn now because we're possibly looking at something like 95% damage to 30% of the crop of Chilean dried vine fruits. So a tragic situation. It's going to take I would say somewhere between at least a week and maybe 2 weeks to assess the level of the damage. Of course, right now we're looking after people rather than damage to property.
Right, okay, that sounds devastating what's happening there. I hope main priority is in helping people get clean water and food and whatever, and
Yeah, water
their
is a
lives
problem
first.
in these situations because, you know, of course, all the drains, etc., it's unhealthy water.
And the whole very nature of flash flooding as such, you can't really predict it, you know. So
Well,
it's
that's
a
it.
natural
I spoke
disaster.
to one shipper and said, yes, this quite often the guys will have some insurance for rain during the drying period, and whilst they have insurance for the south, it's never happened. It's never happened up north. I think it's 80 years since there was this kind of water there.
Yeah.
Of course, the other thing is that in the southern and central regions of Chile, we've had unusually dry weather, and we've got drought and damage as a result of that. There's fires going on, woodland fires, which just spontaneously combusting just to the sheer desiccation of the forests, and so Chile, a land of extreme climate, unfortunately.
Right, okay, we'll have to end there. So thank you very much for tuning into this episode, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.